Namaste. Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new, my name is Sadhana. It's lovely to have you here. Today I'm going to be doing readings for you, live readings, with the Endeavour tarot deck, which is just, you can see in the small screen there. And we are stepping into shortly Virgo season. And the reason for choosing the deck that I have today is a really special connection to Virgo season. The ruler of Virgo, as you probably know, is Mercury, and the co-ruler is Chiron. And I've been really putting a lot of energy into this energetic transformation that is imminent for all of us, or potentially for all of us. I think the more that we are paying attention, the more that we are doing this self-study and self-reflection, the greater we will move with this transformational energy. We are stepping into a powerful season of eclipses and a very special Virgo season that begins with a new moon at the 1st degree of Virgo and ends with a second new moon in Virgo at the 29th degree. There is a deep self-awareness that we will feel also in the physical body, that this may also be driven through physical change or with physical change in yourself. So let me, I want to start with a poem, and I often use this little book as a way to focus and get centered for readings. So I will be doing a reading for the collective, and then I will be open to doing personal readings for you as well too. The Hermit. The hermit covets the darkness and the light. He is inner and outer, as deep as a well and as light as a feather. Hermit dwells in the eye of the hurricane, still as the Buddha amidst change. Prophet, sage, and seller of silent strength. Hermit is deep in the cave, strolling down Madison Avenue. Hermit shops in the higher realms, coveting nothing, owning all within. Hermit breathes in fulfillment. In his delicate, strong balance, he gathers his earned fruits and sweet harvest. Hermit is complete under the cathedral dome of his integrity. If you receive the gift of the Hermit card, your beckoning cave is safe and warm. Your Hermit will balance your inner and outer as you have masterfully balanced your upper and lower. As above, so below. As within, so without, still and calm. Hermit resonates salam, aho, and namaste. I think this is shalom, aho, and namaste. Hermit swirls in the opposites of yin and yang. So these poems by Lloyd Haglund really, even though they are intended to be paired with the Voyager Tarot, are so universal, and I love having them at hand. So happy Friday to all of you. Welcome, Amelia, and those of you that are watching in the background. I did put a question into the chat, and would like all of you to think about this with all of this potential energy vibrating about us. What is it that you want this new moon to call in? And there is a period of about 4 weeks where we will have an opportunity to refine this, and then once again set the refined intention, as I mentioned, at the end of Virgo season with the second Virgo new moon. Now, there's a really important part of this, And if you think of the metaphor of the cup, and the cup could also represent the full cup could also represent the fullness of your room. And I'm speaking of this in a not so healthy way, where we have too much stuff. There is so much around us that there is no space for the new to come in. This could be in our mind, it could be in our heart. And if we are truly calling in something new, then we need to make some time to clear the deck, clear the space, so that what we call in has a place to land. It's like, if the cup is already full and we put more into it, some of that might mix with the old, but we're not really allowing space for the new flavor, the new idea. Welcome, Jane. Lovely to have you here. Yes, it has been a long, long while. So I invite you to think about those two questions. There is, as I mentioned, this co-ruler of Chiron, and with Virgo being mutable earth energy, I think we also have a powerful opportunity to see all of this reflected as a healing in the body, and not just the physical body, but the energy body, the spiritual body. It's also deeply interconnected. So let's go to the cards, and I think what I'll do is I'll look for the Hermit and just sort of see the energy around the Hermit for the reading for the collective. Hello, Saskia. Kalispera to you. And yeah, this is a deck that you requested to see more of, and so here it is. This is a reading for the collective on the 22nd day of August 2025, as we enter into Virgo season and this new moon in the first degree of Virgo. What is it that the Hermit is wanting us to see? I feel that this idea of clearing, there may be something that is, it's, I don't know if it's stuck in a drawer or in a closet somewhere, something that we've put away that is really important to release energetically on so many layers, and let the Hermit shed light on that as part of our preparation for this powerful season of eclipses. And as always, I ask this message be in the highest for the greatest good, and that no harm be done. So be it. Okay, so why am I going to the Swords pile first? I'm suspecting that the Hermit is here in the element of air. Love this Temperance card. Clarity of mind and focus. And if not, Magician is here for sure. That Page of Swords. Okay, so the Hermit's not here. So where is the Hermit card? Is the Hermit in the element of Earth? This is a really big pile. I was going to go to Cups next. The Devil is here. Okay. It's a really interesting Chariot card in this deck. Okay. Not looking like the Hermit is here either. So the Hermit is hiding. The Hermit is, much like I was saying with that which is almost, when something sometimes at the back of a drawer gets stuck, and we can't just take it out. We almost have to get a knife in there and dig it out. That's kind of how I'm feeling. Like the Hermit the card actually is metaphorically showing us that. So it's in the pile of water, the pile of movement of energy, of emotions. And remember that this flow and movement of energy, emotion. Hello, Angela. Mary Beth, lovely to have you here as well, too. Okay. Let me move this in. Okay. Okay, so Page of Cups is in the bottom of this pile. There is, I think, an opportunity to see something from a childlike point of view, from, if not childlike, from a new start. And one of the astrologers that I love to follow, Iris J, she was talking about something from our deep past. Interesting that this is a cup. I was talking about the cup, this very full bowl, representing the depths of our energy body. And what she was saying was that there was something a long time ago that we put on the back burner, that somebody told us that we couldn't do it, or we didn't think we could do it, or it just wasn't practical at that time. Whatever this newness is that is coming forward could possibly be quite familiar. And I feel that as it reveals itself, there could be a lot of tears that come up. It feels almost like those tarot cards where the lightning bolt in the Tower card, it sort of it goes through the whole energy body. I feel like we're all about to be broke wide open, and there's going to be a lot of vulnerability in this. So let's see what we've got here, and then I'll build from this. I don't know. I wasn't going to read all 9 cards, but we'll see what happens. 9 is actually a really beautiful thing to do because Hermit is the number 9. And if you don't know why I'm using Hermit as a significator, Hermit is the astrological connection to Virgo season. And we have this 6, 9. Look at this. We have 3, 6, 9 all in the center. These sacred numbers of growth and also of completion, first, second, and third completion. But let's look at what is on either side of the Hermit and how this might help us to see 2 and 3 of Pentacles. So we have sequential cards. We also have another Pentacle card up here. And this is the element of Earth. This is the beginning of Capricorn. These 2 cards are connected to, and this is a really important card in the tarot in that it is one that signifies important change in the material world. And so the Hermit, as part of a season of mutable Earth, it's almost like I feel this is a tool. This is a tool that is beginning to move things. And I was talking about this emotion and this, I forgot that this card actually had the heart is opening, and you can see deep within the energy body. Sometimes you'll see a card like this on a judgment card. I've seen them in a few different decks where the heart space is literally opened, or we look in a mirror deep within the self. This is about our whole self, both aspects of self. This is about the beauty of the angel and the devil, all of us, all within, and celebrating all that we are through this change. And perhaps co-creating it with others. It may be so dynamic that we can't do it alone. We need the support of others around us. Below, we have another major archetype. We have strength. And that poem that I read for you, just let me read that one line again. That was great. Let me, Amelia, I'm always, my interpretations, what can I say, Amelia? My interpretations are deeply felt and in an effort to build connection among the cards. Okay, so this is the poem I was reading, and there was a line here about strength. And it was really, really good. And I'll just see if I can find it. Hermit breathes in fulfillment. In his delicate, strong balance, he gathers his earned fruits in sweet harvest. Hermit is complete under the cathedral dome of his integrity. Such a beautiful, beautiful poem. So this strength, sorry folks, this strength comes from within. This strength is deep within your heart space. And the cave that is often represented or talked about in the Hermit card is this journey within, this powerful change. And it may also, you might see something in your physical body. Sometimes we need to see the tangible. And if it's not your physical body, it could be something in your physical environment that is literally shifting and changing. And with others, with support, you will move through this with in seeing great growth. This 369 is very auspicious. It's very auspicious. Okay, so what I was saying, this strength card does have oddly something in common with the Hermit card. And if you look at how the figure is looking at the heart of the lion, and also note that this is the Leo card, and we are today in the close of Leo season, tomorrow for some of you, and something deep here, looking into the heart of the lion, looking into the heart of the lion through the mouth of the lion, fearlessly facing life, fearlessly facing this impending change. And we have the 3 of Pentacles above that. And then above that is a Pisces card. And this all that is happening astrologically with the outer planets, Pisces is going to be a really important sign to keep an eye on as the outer planets, 2 of them anyway, retrograde back into Pisces, the final degrees of Pisces, which is a really important place for, I want to say, putting all of the pieces together. And with the 8 of Cups, encouraging movement forward. Perfect lunar cycle here. This card is knighted to the change card, so in a movement direction, 2 over and 1 down. We have the imminence of the change. And this showing up here this is the 10 of Pentacles. You can see the roots below the earth, and there's definitely movement and change above. All of the pentacles are falling off the tree. This is a Virgo card. This is the final decan of Virgo. This is when the second new moon in Virgo will show up. So I feel like this card above is the promise that this is very real. This change for you, this deeply rooted and transformational change in your physical environment is not something to dismiss. To be open to this is so very important. And almost as if you have no idea what is arising. Hello, Michael Johnson, welcome. If you have no idea what is on the horizon or what you're sensing is shifting for you, know that it is for your greatest good. And that 10 of Pentacles, there's just so many layers to it. But it is one of important shifts in this material world. And I was saying that, this 2 of Pentacles is such an important card of change. It's the one that comes at the winter solstice in the Northern Hemisphere, astrologically speaking, with Golden Dawn system. But the 10 of Pentacles is a super powerful card of shifting energies. And we are at this place of closing. All 10s are deeply connected to the wheel. And here we go with this major shift. Now, you see this sword card down here. And this also is a 10. The 10 of Swords, I feel, often misunderstood. But it is one where there is the sun, this is a solar decan, and it is the one that comes just before the Cancer season. It is one that shifts something very potent with the heart and love and relationships. We have a lot that's going on in this 9-card reading here. The 10 of Swords and the Lover's card are both Gemini cards. And what this speaks to is this relationship between Virgo and Gemini. These air signs have a lot to say to us right now. I want you to listen. I want you to listen with your whole being, to make space, to create an opportunity for silence, to clear space so you can sit. Amber's responding to me. She's my dog. To make space to listen, to go for a walk by yourself to that bench, to that place, to that knoll on a hill where it is quieter. You may feel a lot of energy in your body. You may feel a lot of noise in your head. And this invitation for closure requires you to pay attention. We have a lot of symbols of closure here. Not only do we have 2 10s, we have this important mini wheel card of change, and we have these 3 cards, 3, 6, 9, 3, 6s and 9s for second and third completions. We have the 8 of Cups, which is a card that is resolved to move on emotionally. We have done all that we can do. There is so much strength in this reading. So I asked the Hermit to reveal to us maybe how we prepare or what we need to know to enter into this month ahead. And this will be different for each and every one of us. And so I would suggest that you schedule less. You make time for yourself, space for yourself, that you do something for yourself in preparation, as a way of clearing and opening up to all that you will be leaving behind. And for some people that's terrifying, because we love to cling to things that we know and that is familiar. And when the familiar goes away, we can feel very vulnerable. But the Hermit, if you look specifically at this Hermit card, assures us that this is a powerful heart opening. It's a deep and powerful heart opening. And I would trust, I'm looking at Three of Cups, Lovers, Three of Pentacles here. I would trust that you are supported. You are supported by all of those around you. And it is okay to lean into them. And it's equally important that you take time. There's something about feeling a lot lighter by giving yourself time and space to listen and receive messages in this preparation. And Angela makes a really good point here. 2025, 2 plus 5 plus 2 equals 9. And we are in a Hermit year, and how powerful that this Virgo season has the eclipses and the 2 new moons. And it's like, if we haven't received our message for the year yet, it's certainly, like I said, if you're paying attention, a lot of people just rush through life and don't listen and don't notice things. I would say as well too, and I'm thinking of the pen and the paper and the journal, that it would be really important to get some of your thoughts down on paper. If you just a little notebook, take it with you wherever you go. Have it by your bedside so you can write if you wake up in the night or you wake up early in the morning. Write. This is another way to, sometimes we're at work, we're at a coffee break or at lunch, and we feel obliged to talk to coworkers. Well, if you have your journal there and you can find a quiet corner and just take some time to be by yourself and write, there will be reflections coming from all directions. Okay, so I want to just say that it's important to breathe, and with breath, you also create space. And maybe go back, for those of you that have trouble with breath, go back, because I can feel breath is really important here. Go back to my series, Breathe With Me, and do some of those exercises again if you have sort of let that go by the wayside. Okay, so I want to go back to Amelia's comment. I pulled those 3 cards in the middle this morning. That's a wowza. All right, so now it's your turn. And let me just gather the cards. And if any of you would like a 3-card reading, this is all complimentary. Please let me know if you want to sort of narrow your focus and put a question into the chat. This time is for you. I've been thinking about Jonathan daily, and I had this vision of somehow being in Kihei on Maui and doing live readings together with Jonathan. So Jonathan, I don't know if you're watching or you're watching the playback. I'm just really feeling a pull to Hawaii right now and was thinking of you. Yeah. Okay. And even if you would like a single card, perhaps a focus for Virgo season, I can do that as well for you. And while I am waiting, I had a deeply intense experience while I was recording. I think I said 13th yesterday. 14th episode of decks I recommend. I did the witchy decks yesterday, and it just felt so timely because they're all very earth-centric. And it reminded me also, as part of the preparation for this season, is to connect with the herbs and the fruit and the vegetables and whatever is in abundance around you. Just connecting with nature's gifts at this time of year, I think it's going to help us all. Okay. All right, so this is for Amelia, and let's just sort of expand on this theme. And she also drew the Hermit with the 2 and 3 of Pentacles this morning. So let's see what is building and growing for Amelia. And as always, I ask this message be in the highest for the greatest good, and that no harm be done. Okay. So the slate, Amelia, really important. What I was saying about clearing the space. That I think one of the signs is, and I've said this before at different times to people when we're looking at this sort of impactful shifting energy. What we can do is take something that's near and dear to us and give it back to the earth, or give it to somebody in need. I feel like completely releasing something, and it might cause a little bit of panic to actually let it go, but it feels that this action is symbolic. It's a way of letting the universe know I'm open and I am ready for something new to come into my life. Okay. Now, with this being, interesting in that 5 of Swords, Amelia, there's this space between the 3 and the 2. Is there a rift? Is there? So let's connect these two ideas together. Differing ideas about how something is to happen, and this letting go may be of your way of doing that. So let's look at so we have water in the 3 of Cups, Cancer energy. We have Scorpio energy, water, And we have air energy, Five of Swords, fixed air, Aquarius energy. So water and air. And again, I feel like the breath is really important here. Deep inhale and just making space, allowing for what is to open up. Three of Cups. So Three of Cups in these terms is like, so this is also a Mercury decan, right? And you are, there's something going on here with these two cards, in that I feel like this is a surprise of sorts. That maybe what you thought was a big deal, argumentatively, is a cause for celebration. What you thought was differing thought is going to open something. It's going to move so much energy for you. Three of Cups as a movement of energy is really important. Amelia says that she sees the passage in the middle of the swords, a clear golden way forward. And maybe that Three of Cups is you celebrating the death, celebrating the goodbye. And the beauty in this particular Five of Swords is that there's no human here. We're simply clearing a path, and we're letting something go. I feel like fives are never easy. And this has been a part of something that is ongoing, but you're ready to walk away. And it doesn't matter if you won or if you lost. I think you finally heard the lesson. And with the energy of Death and Scorpio, this feels like something that has come from deep within. And I mentioned earlier that the possibility of this, of you having put something behind you a long time ago, almost forgetting about it. There's some connection with that as well too. Okay. All right. I'm going to leave you with that, and take a screenshot of those cards, because you never know what, let me zoom in a little bit for you, and what may arise. Thank you. All right. So we have Angela and then Jane. So let's go to Angela. And one of the things when we have a single card for a season, I suggest is that if you have this deck, you can pull out this particular card. But you can take this card, your card, from a couple of different decks and put it on your altar, or put it on a place where you can really sit with the energy of this card. So for Angela, how does this card connect to or deepen or expand the energy of all that I have been sharing with you today? Okay, these are very thick cards. Kind of a beautiful card, right? It's a gift. it's a gift. What's coming to mind right now is that sometimes we don't recognize gifts that we receive, things that we receive as gifts. And in surprising ways, it's funny, yesterday, my daughter went out to the garden and she harvested 3 enormous bowls of cucumbers. I can't tell you how many pounds. And I was not planning on canning yesterday. It was not in the schedule. And she comes to me and she's got scratches on her arms because when you harvest cucumbers, even if you have gloves on, you tend to get, it's kind of irritating on the skin. And I said, "What happened? What happened?" And she says, "Come here." And I go into the kitchen and I see all these cucumbers. And I was like, "Oh my God." And I thought, these can't stay on the counter because as soon as they start to lose their moisture, they, they're not as nice for pickling. So, middle of the afternoon, I started canning, and I canned 24 liters of dill pickles yesterday. And for some reason, so what I'm saying here, Angela, is that not only is there a gift from the garden, but there's a gift in connecting to those fruits of the garden. There's a gift in the process of returning to the kitchen and the homesteading kind of thing. Look for gifts in unexpected places, or look for the messages of the gifts in unexpected ways. And it is through these gifts that your shift, your direction, your change may become clearer. I think this is a blessing of a card for this season ahead. And that adage, that message that comes with aces is, remember that we have to do something with them. These aces are not to be put on the back burner. They require a response. Okay? All right. And then let's go to Jane. I have been on a really intense journey over the last few years. As Virgo is my birth sign, I don't have a question in mind. Thank you. Okay. It could be very well, Jane, that the intensity of this month ahead is here to shine something particularly important to you, as it is for all of us. I would look as well to your particular decan of birth. And so with Virgo season, we have 8 and 9 and 10 of Pentacles. And so those cards are certainly cards to study and reflect on. And the other thing, too, is perhaps to do a little bit of research about Chiron, the wounded healer. And that, I'm just reading your, the intensity of your journey, that might be of some comfort to you. Did I mention one of the reasons I chose this deck was because instead of the Hierophant card is renamed Chiron. That's why I chose this deck. All right, so this is a message for Jane. And I want to focus on healing the wound and any message around, and Jane, I think this idea of letting go of something, sometimes with that wound stays open because we don't release the underlying cause of the wound. We aren't able to let go. And that's all really important at this time. And as always, I ask this message be in the highest for the greatest good, and that no harm be done. So be it. Okay. I'm thinking of a journey. So to me, this looks like the world. It looks like a journey. It looks like moving quickly. Now, one of the things about this card and one of the things about journeying is it's not very good for grounding. Traveling is really, really hard on your central nervous system in general. So I'm surprised this card is coming up, but it's definitely kicking you from behind, wanting you to get going, wanting you to take action. And I'm thinking of the Knight of Wands and the energy of Wands, and this is Sagittarius. The movement here is towards a new harmony. So what is not... I don't know your situation, so I have to speak in generalizations. The intensity of your journey is a reflection of a lack of harmony, a lack of yin and yang. Something is out of balance. And this initial card is really asking you to press the fast forward button to that. Okay, so 5 of Cups and Lovers. Second card and third card. Finding your way back to your whole and complete self. Now, the Lovers card and the Temperance card have so much. They're just so interconnected, so very importantly connected. The Temperance card, which is the major arcana for Sagittarius, is the integrated self. The Lovers card is one where we still have a lot of questions about that, about what our active and how our active and receptive selves are to be in this world. And often this is reflected through close relationships in our life. This 5 of Cups is so interesting. It feels almost magical, the way that hand, I don't know, there's something here kind of beautiful. Many, many layers here, Jane. So 5 of Cups is one of the most intense cards in the tarot. I don't know if you know this, but it gets hit 3 ways by Mars. It is a major card of transformation. And it's like all of the, I was going to say putridity, like all of the toxicity, all of the lymph that hasn't been moving. Everything gets stirred up because your physical body, your emotional body, your mental body is so ready to get rid of that gunk, on its way to reharmonizing yourself. I think the answer here is, or the question perhaps is, what is something I can do today, as soon as Sadhana stops talking, to make the first step forward in reharmonizing and prioritizing my own health and wellness, physically, emotionally. There's something here about a return to self. The hermit is about self-discovery. The hermit wants you to look within and prioritize you. You matter. You are the most important person in your life. And I feel like you've been so busy looking after everybody else that you've forgotten that you are the most important person in your life. And that, I know I've said that to other people before, and they're like, that's such a selfish thing to say. I'm supposed to look after all these others. Well, if you are not well and you are not balanced, how are you supposed to take care of everybody else? And the more you prioritize, and like I was saying in the first reading, the reading for the collective, making space and time for you and your balance and your healing is absolutely critical. Okay? Think of the Knight of Wands. Get on your horse, hold your wand, and the suit of wands of like purpose and quest and what is it I really, really need right now? Because I'm so ready to move through the turmoil that has resulted in numerous discomforts, dis-eases in my self. I am on a path now. I am committing to a path of reharmonizing myself. Okay. I want to send you all love and space and breath for the days and weeks ahead. Remember to take time for you. That it's okay. It's more than okay to do what you need to do and put yourself first. I will see you soon. I will be back tomorrow for my Saturday live chat. And as always, take good care. Namaste.